subscribe and, like the video.
What is so disturbing to me is that out of 330 million Americans, we're being asked to put somebody in this job who has spent 50 years of his life not honoring the tradition that he talked about at the beginning of this conversation, but peddling in half-truths, peddling in false statements, peddling in theories that, create doubt about whether or not things that we know are safe are unsafe. Not that every vaccine in America is unsafe, not that you can't possibly have an adverse reaction, but that parents and children in my old school district and school districts all over this country would be better off not getting vaccinated than getting vaccinated. Unlike his own children who were vaccinated, unlike the people he invited to his house in Los Angeles for their party who were vaccinated. For everybody else, it's about peddling these half-truths. And he says it with such conviction that you want to believe him. And Mr. Kennedy, I just have there are many, many things in the record, but I hope that you could answer these questions, yes or no. I've tried.
Let me see if this works better. Did this do anything? No. I feel like this didn't do shit. I'm trying to see if the lighting is a little bit better this way, but it doesn't feel like it. Yo, you peeps over the pond need to put a stop to this. No amount of sitting around and whining. I know, but the Republicans tied America to the tracks. Close curtains if possible. No, I'm not going to close curtains. I don't want to. It's shitty. Canadian tuxedo goes crazy. It's not a Canadian tuxedo. All right. Yeah, we're now talking about RFK Jr. with his ridiculous Senate confirmation hearing. Just when you thought you've seen it all, Trump is playing tennis with Serena Williams barefoot in full suit. What? What?
Trump volleyed with Serena Williams. And Donald Trump is always where the cameras are when it involves making money. And today at Lowe's Island in Sterling, Virginia, he opened the Tennis Performance Center. Trump.
When is this from? This is it. Got to be an old video, but like where and when? Got to be AI? Nah, it's probably super old.
Trump volleyed with Serena Williams, shoes off, coat on. Donald Trump showing he's got some game, some little. It's.
Can I call you Hasan in my college essay, Mr. Piker? What? Yeah. Okay. Yes, you have my permission. I don't understand. No, call him Papa. No, you can call me Hasan. Interesting. Didn't know that was a real thing. Yeah, it's from 2015. See, Donald Trump opens new tennis center in Sterling. Damn, this is a rare Trump, by the way. This is actually a rare Trump, which is shocking because as the Trump historian, I rarely ever see a rare Trump that I haven't seen before, and we did it. We finally arrived at a rare Trump that I had not seen yet.
Right there at the Trump National Club. Both are tremendous facilities. It was good to see him out there, and the fans seem to enjoy it.
What? Wait, he knows how to... What?
On
with socks on?
Yeah, he opened the Tennis Performance Center. Trump volleyed with Serena Williams, shoes off, coat on. Donald Trump.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I just realized something. One of my favorite Trump photos of all time is the one where his is looking super fat. He's playing tennis in that with the little booty shorts. Dude, I just realized I never noticed he was playing tennis in that because his ass is so fat that it's like that meme. It's like, I can't tell you the color of anything in this photo. You know what I'm talking about? He does play tennis. That's so wild. Like, oh, ain't nobody looking at that cat meme. Oh my God. I am that guy. I'm the guy who did the ain't nobody looking at the cat. But for this photo, this very moment, after like almost the past decade of using this photo as my favorite rare Trump, I just now noticed that he's playing tennis in it. It's been a decade. I have used this photo, Chad, I've used this photo for a decade. And this is the first time I realize he's playing tennis in it. That is crazy. Don't ask me the color of anything, dude. Straight up. Wow. Wow. Okay, we're done with the tennis moment, okay?
I'd ask these in a manner that's faithful to what you actually said because I didn't want to have a debate about whether you actually said them. So I'm asking you yes or no, Mr. Kennedy. Did you say that COVID-19 was a genetically engineered bioweapon that targets black and white people, but spared Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people?
I didn't say it was deliberately targeted. I just quoted an NIH-funded.
Yeah. He just said it was a Chinese bioweapon built with the Chinese alongside the Ashkenazi Jews to target black and white people. He did say that. Like, he very openly said that, but I guess he didn't mean it, except he did mean it. So not exactly certain on what this defense is here. Oh, I just saw the NIH funded study that told me that was the case.
An NIH published study.
Did you say that it targets black and white people but spared Ashkenazi Jews?
I quoted a study, Your
Okay.
Honor. I quoted an NIH study that showed that.
I'll take that as a
certain
yes.
races
I have
are
to move on,
disproportionately.
I have to move on. Did you say that Lyme disease is highly likely a materially engineered bioweapon? I made sure I put in the highly likely. Did you say Lyme disease is a highly likely militarily engineered bioweapon?
I probably did say that.
Did you say that?
And that's what the developer of
I
Lyme
want all
disease
of our
said.
colleagues to hear it, Mr. Kennedy. I want them to hear it. You said yes. Did you say that exposure to pesticides causes children to become transgender?
No, I never said that.
Okay, I have the record that I'll give to the chairman, and he can make his judgment about what you said. Did you write in your book, and it's undeniable, that African AIDS is an entirely different disease from Western AIDS? Yes or no, Mr. Kennedy?
I'm not sure if I made that.
Okay, I'll give it to the chairman, Mr. Kennedy. And my final question, did you say on a podcast, and I quote, "I wouldn't leave abortion, to the states. My belief is we should leave it to the woman. We shouldn't have the government involved, even if it's full term." Did you say that, Mr. Kennedy?
Senator, I believe that every abortion is a tragedy.
Did you say it, Mr. Kennedy? This
believe-
matters. It doesn't matter what you come here and say that isn't true, that's not reflective of what you really believe, that you haven't said over decade after decade after decade, because unlike other jobs we're confirming around this place, this is a job where it is life and death for the kids that I used to work for in the Denver public schools and for families all over this country that are suffering from living in the richest country of the world that can't deliver basic health care and basic mental health care to them. It's too important for the games that you're playing, Mr. Kennedy. And I hope my colleagues will say to the president, I have no influence over him. I hope my colleagues will say to the president, out of 330 million Americans, we can do better than this.
Senator Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Kennedy, thanks for being with us. I very much like the slogan that you coined, "Make America Healthy Again." And I strongly agree with that effort. Despite spending, as you indicated, 2 or 3 times as much per capita on healthcare as other nations, we have 85 million people who are uninsured, underinsured. We have all kinds of chronic illnesses. Our life expectancy is lower than other countries. And for working class people in this country, they are living 6, 7 years shorter lives than the top 1%. We got a problem, okay? And I'm going to suggest some ideas that I think can remedy that. Last year, the insurance industry in this country made over $70 billion.
That's my friend. Chat. That's my buddy. Friend of the show, Bernie Sanders. Friend of the show, Bernard Sanders. Did you hear the last guy? Yes. I'm a Bennett head. Okay. Is that the Tenga condom on your head? Yeah, it is. Your beanie looks sick. It's a Family Mart beanie. B-ball homies in Vermont soon, please. Yeah. Why do you wear the beanie like that? It doesn't cover your ears? You still balling in Japan at all? We'll see. I'm gonna try to, but we haven't had any time. Virtually every moment that I've been in Japan has been slammed with. Guys, I was on camera for 17 hours yesterday. 17. Bro can't even take a shit. Yeah. Like, we have been pumping far too much content for you guys to keep up with. Like, we have literally been flooding it. I start at 5 a.m. Tokyo time, and I went until 11 p.m. Tokyo time last night. Yeah. Many people are saying that it's causing societal collapse. Doc, how does it look? Lol, hold on, fam. Hasan is at the Tango store. Gotta see what that's about. Are you deported already? Yeah, dude, I got deported to Japan. Less content, please. I am neurodivergent is overwhelming me. Yeah, no. Sorry. My dog watches Hasan. I mean, my surgery is brick. Well, I haven't been able to see most of the Tokyo streams. What the fuck are y'all doing to each other?
My financial advisor told me about your meet.
Yeah. It's true. He did. That's how the Shibuya boys do it, you know? That's how the Shibuya boys do it. All right, let's keep going.
While at the same time, 85 million Americans uninsured or underinsured. Do you agree with me that the United States should join every other major country on earth and guarantee health care to all people as a human right? Yes? No?
Senator, I can't give you a yes or no answer to that question.
Wow. That's crazy. You fraudulent charlatan. We already knew he was a bitch, but goddamn, dude. I thought you were supposed to be independent, dude. I thought you were not supposed to be beholden to the same corporate interests and you want to tackle corporations. What happened? What happened to the RFK Jr. chatters? You can't even lie? God forbid you lie at the behest of the people for once. Nope. This is why I always tell you, conspiracy guys are creating very enticing distractions away from the real vectors of pressure and the real vectors of pain. Okay? Good take. Had friends who were lethal against conspiracies yet did not care about their actual rights. Hasan, you are a rat trying to destroy our world. You are so blind. Absolute piece of shit, Hasan rat. Keep your filth in your book. What? Oh, I think he's being Islamophobic. I was trying to understand like what kind of angle of attack that was coming in here, but I think he's just like, when he said keep your filth in your book, I think he means like the Quran. Sober paladin, not so sure if he's still sober. Don't know if contrary to what the username indicates, I don't think he's sober at this moment. 2013 person, this chatter's in their 30s. Yeah, their name is Sober Paladin. This is an Asmongold viewer who's played WoW his entire life. My brother's in Tokyo right now, and I said for him to keep a lookout for a tall man. If he sees him with a gay man and a fashionable shorter man, say hello. Oh no, did he get banned? What happened? I love the way you try to upset Asmon, but you can't. Wake you. I'm not trying to upset Asmongold at all. Unbanned now. I'm going to be very real with you, chatter. In spite of all the things that you're going through and in spite of our disagreements, I still wish you the best. And I will still continue to advocate for your rights. I will still continue to advocate for you to get health care. I want what's best for you at the end of the day, even if you don't want it, even if you don't see it. What? He's probably mad that streamer's dad called him talking about you. Oh, Asmon dad called Asmongold to talk about me. Asmon dad is a fan, and he's a watcher. He's a head. He's a Hasanabi head. I hope he doesn't hate me now because I've been very critical of Asmongold. Asmon dad does not agree with Asmongold on a lot of political issues. Yeah. In Asmon's chat, you are an abomination. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. No, it's not a bit. That's real. That's a real thing.
Is healthcare a human right?
In the way that free speech is a human right,
Yeah.
I would say it's different because if with free speech doesn't cost anybody anything, but in healthcare, if you smoke cigarettes for 20 years and you get cancer, you are now.
Dude, this is so funny. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love this. Okay. This is so awesome. Guy who is supposed to be working outside of the confines, who's supposed to undermine for-profit healthcare and like routinely, the guy who's made a name for himself by preaching about how for-profit healthcare and the food industry is like poisoning us, turns around and says, "Oh, the solution instead of socialized medicine is actually engaging in self-restraint." That is literally just a Republican position, you jackass. Oh yeah, dude. If you have leukemia as a child, well, you should have thought about perhaps not having it. Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. I can't wait for Republicans to cry about like people making fun of RFK's voice, by the way. That's definitely coming. Republicans will cry foul and claim ableism and complain endlessly as though we don't know the way they operate. You know what I mean?
taking from the pool. And so are you guaranteed the same right, or is there also a duty?
I'm sorry. I'd love to talk for an hour with you. We got a few minutes left here. All right. Every other country in us says healthcare, whether you're poor or rich, young or old, is a human right. I'm not hearing you say that. All right. You've talked about the drug companies, and maybe we agree on this one. As you all know, despite the drug companies making over $100 billion in profits, paying CEOs outrageous compensation packages, we in some cases pay 10 times more for the same drug. Will you support legislation that I will introduce which says that in America we should not be paying a nickel more for prescription drugs than people around the rest of the world? Yes, no?
To equalize it?
Not to equalize it, that we should not be paying more than other countries for the same damn drug.
Like